Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon. Welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. We are going to do a Raw, NXT, and Friday Night Smackdown Christmas weekend edition. And with me is your boy Xavier Hill.
Once again, MVP is in the ring, so that can only mean one thing. Big things popping, little things stopping. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the view, because the Heavens Monsters podcast is for people better than you.
So we're going to start off with Monday Night Raw on the December
23rd, 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah, buddy. So we get to start the show with Kevin Owens trying to call out Seth Rollins, but he does not answer. Instead, would be Mojo Rawley coming out to address him, seeing as that they already had a no disqualification match already lined up. In which case, the match ends with, it was already TLC was when? How many weeks ago?
December 15th. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And they already had themselves a little makeup match, I guess. In which case, they had themselves a no disqualification. Meant they brought out the tables, ladders. The only thing, I think they brought out chairs and candlesticks. And it would end with Mojo Rawley powerbombed into the table and pinned right after that. Oh, and before that, it was set up with a stunner. Yeah, buddy. I love that move. Kevin Owens is doing a good job. After his victory, he goes out to continue calling out AOP and Seth Rollins, courtesy of the fact that he said he ain't going nowhere. He's all blood. He's got blood smeared on the this is left side of his forehead. Well, Seth Rollins and AOP confront Kevin Owens, and they just laid the beat down because he just went through hell. That's the way it went. No backup for him. No one came to his rescue. And ultimately, Seth Rollins was interviewed, being called at his case of leadership. I'm trying to remember what he said. And he was just defending himself, saying this is what it probably had to be done. That's like, that's Seth for you. He's trying to make excuses. Next, you want to call this one?
Next up, we have Bobby Lashley versus Cedric Alexander. Man, I figured that Bobby Lashley was going to win. Bobby Lashley and Lana seem disunited this time to win and win and win. Right up until the minute they get to the altar. Not only did the Almighty defeat Rusev in a tables match.
Get to see more?
At TLC to set up a sordid wedding with Lana, which will be tomorrow night on the last Monday Night Raw of 2019.
Yeah.
But the two-time Intercontinental Champion and his two-timing wife-to-be teamed up to a surging Cedric Alexander in the week before their wedding.
Yeah, what the hell was she getting in a ring saying, do you know who I am and who he is? We're getting married tomorrow, next week. Sorry, I said tomorrow. Next week, and that the fact that he needs to be at his best. And that she's saying that they turn it into a Bronco wrestling match? Like,
what the hell?
I'm sorry, I'd grab a water bottle and just spit in her face. I didn't lay a hand on her, and I didn't technically put poison in her eyes. I just spat water in her face. Just get her mad and just rile up Bobby Lashley to take a fall. Because in his heated body, just go, turnbuckle, pinfall, wait, 1, 2, 3, that kind of thing. He should have done that. I would have. I don't give a damn. That really would. Next up, we have Drew McIntyre going up against Zack Ryder, with Kurt Hawkins, his tag team partner, in the corner. He makes quick work, tongue twist. He makes quick work of him, giving him the Claymore kick, and then he goes on to assault his partner, Kurt Hawkins, in the same manner. No match, no 2 match in a row, just Claymore's Kurt Hawkins when he's looking at his buddy, Zack. And then he goes and says that he is looking forward to cleaning up Monday Night Raw in the same manner. Funny how he hasn't gone for the title, bro.
Nope.
Or a title in general. Go for it. Well, AJ doesn't have it. Rey Mysterio has it. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah. We are now introduced to the WWE Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, and she calls out Asuka and issues a challenge to her at the Royal Rumble.
Which will be next month at the Minute Maid Park here in Houston, Texas.
Yeah. Hey, and also, because of our work schedule and the freaking, 3-day during the week Christmas holiday, we couldn't do the podcast over there at my job. But T-Money says him and his brother got tickets to go see it. So we'll be keeping our eyes here at my place to see if we can spot T-Money. King of Puppies is going to be at the Minute Maid Center. Yeah. I wonder if Mikey is. I don't know. Man. He's always the one who likes to go to the Minute Maid Center, so maybe he'll let it get us know. By the way, Asuka didn't accept the challenge. So we will see Asuka versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title at Minute Maid Park. Yeah. In Houston, Texas. Alright. Oh, this was a quick match. Both of them were, if you think about it. We would have Aleister Black go up against, thanks to Stone Cold Steve Austin talking to Bill Goldberg, we now know what it means. When we got hometown wrestlers, we got green wrestlers. That means they are real rookies. They're green. I like it because he kept using the word, this guy is so green, he does not know what's coming. He gets speared and jackhammered. Well, this guy got Fade to Black by Aleister Black. And right after that, comes out not to greet him, but to walk past him for his match against another hometown green guy, Josiah, after Aleister Black was done with the... How do you pronounce that? That's 2 N's. Dion
Rushman.
Thank you. Well, after Dion Rushman got Fade to Black, we would have a knee shot and Murphy's Law finisher move by Buddy Murphy to Joesa. Is that how you pronounce it? Joeasa.
Joesa.
Yeah, right? That's weird.
Yep.
After that, they go into taunt one another. My mom's looking at me. Hey, Mom. In which case, Aleister Black is pretty much just taunting Buddy Murphy is taunting Aleister Black and tries to jump him, but he counters it and then quickly goes for the Fade to Black to his face, and he's just knocked out. He's just in the ring. He ain't moving. And he goes in for the Indian style sit down, just pretty much showing that that would be good. If these two were to go one-on-one in a last man standing match, that would be good. Don't make it a quick match. Make it see if they get up for the 10 count.
Yeah.
Let's see if Fade to Black does the trick for that match. Alright, you can take care of this match, bro. Hey, what the hell did you do? Oh, the freaking ad. Okay. We have next
Ricochet versus Tony Nese. Tony Nese is built like a boulder with legs, but you will believe a muscle man can fly. Watching the premier athlete go move for move with Ricochet in a match that was furious, as it was fast and very nearly ended in an upset victory for the Long Island native. Picking on Ricochet was a smart move for Nese, since the former United States champion has been mired in a bit of a slump and was visibly off his game in the early goings. Mm-hmm. But he turned it around in a flash, catching Nese with a recall and reversing his fortunes in a matter of seconds. The look on his face says it all. Now that's more like it.
After his slump of losses, he's finally got a win on Tony Nese. Which is weird because I don't know how much Ricochet weighs, but he's got to be under the 205 limit. Mm-hmm. So he's technically a cruiserweight hanging out with the big boys. Next up, we have Charlotte versus newcomer from NXT, Shayna Green. Otherwise known as the hot mess bride from Impact Wrestling. What was her name? Remember that chick who was running around in a bride's outfit?
I forgot.
Right? Shoot. I don't know. They don't mention it either. If you know what I'm talking about, Mikey or Chris, mention it in the comments down below. Also, she is currently dating Zack Ryder. That I do know. She was on Miz TV. And she showed up for plenty of the NXT takeovers. Next up, we have the OCs. And we do have to apologize. We made two mess-ups. One would be the fact that, courtesy of the Open Challenge, we thought the titles were on the line. The OCs are not the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Still is the Viking Raiders. Mm-hmm. They got the win, but it was a non-title match. How the hell you got an Open Challenge with the Raw Tag Team Champions and the titles are not on the line? What the heck?
Doesn't make sense.
We good tripping. So the OCs, after their win on the Viking Raiders last week, go on to tag against the Viking Raiders along with Randy Orton. Having their issues with Randy still of AJ Styles since he beat AJ last week as well. They look to beat Randy and the Viking Raiders to showcase their three-man group faction dominance. Once the Viking Raiders were taken out of the equation, Randy Orton with his still injured, which one is it? Right knee. He ends up being three-way taken out by all three members of the OC, and AJ Styles finally gives him the phenomenal forearm that knocks Randy Orton out and pinfalled. And that's on a note for Randy Orton. He's not going to take this line down. You know that. We got another match with Eric Rowan against another green talent who thought it would be okay to feed whatever the hell is in this cage of Eric Rowan's little pet candy canes. Do you know any critter, reptilian, rodent, cat, dog, whatever, bird eats candy cane? I don't think it's healthy. Especially with the wrapper on. But after he gets freaking wrecked by Eric Rowan, and he takes his pet, he takes one of those candy canes and throws it in there anyway. I'm like, what? That makes no sense. Don't give it that. This one I'm going to give to you, bro.
Rusev versus No Way Jose.
After Rusev actually states that he's mad of what happened at TLC, him getting screwed by Lana, he's not mad about what's happening next week because no longer he has to hear because, hey, it's Bobby Lashley's marrying Lana. Happy for them. He's still single.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
How is Rusev liking the bachelor life? Turns out he's a natural.
Yeah.
In the wake of his divorce from Lana, the Bulgarian brute was living it up, flirting with sign-waving admitters at ringside and merely beating up No Way Jose, despite the latter's attempts to get him to dance. Even the Maka kick that put Jose down.
Oh, wait. Maka. It's Machka.
That Machka kick.
Yeah, you watch Raw long enough, you get the freaking pronunciations.
Yep. That put Jose down for 3 was just a momentary burst of aggression in an otherwise happy Rusev Day. The super athlete picked up Jose off the ground after the match, did a spinneroonie dance with a conga line, and bolted back up the ramp.
As a Samoa Joe would call it, the Rusev-rooney. We haven't seen a spinneroonie in a long time. It was good to see that.
Yep.
And he got 2 smooches from 2 of the girls in the conga line. Yeah. They still partying in the back. While in New York City, I think, right? Yep, New York City, they actually have R-Truth defending his 24/7 title against, unexpectedly, former, I think, 1-time, Cruiserweight champion. And I think that's it for his title reigns. Akira Tozawa, who got the drop on R-Truth and became new 24/7 champion running around the whole damn city of New York trying to avoid R-Truth. In which case, they get a Santa to cut him off. I'm wondering, who the hell was a Santa? Because apparently the Santa tricks both wrestlers to become the new 24/7 champion for a second title change that night. So again, we have both R-Truth and Akira following Santa, and even to a chase with the, what do you call those, horse carriages? They're trying to race with horse carriages. They ain't going fast. Santa freaking runs out there, moves faster, and they just...
Yeah, they call horse carriages.
The damn freaking R-Truth calls it, damn, slow ass reindeer. It's like, that's not a reindeer. That's a horse. And finally they catch up to Santa. In which case the third title change back to R-Truth. God knows, I can't, they have not mentioned, I gotta Google that. How many times has R-Truth been the freaking, is that written here? Is that written here? Nope. I guess we'll check out later. Because it doesn't say how many times is he the 24/7 champion, R-Truth. And apparently R-Truth knows how to speak Japanese. A little bit of it. Next up, we have the United States champion Rey Mysterio defend his title against Seth Rollins. Ends in Viva disqualification thanks to the AOP interrupting when Rey Mysterio had the momentum going where it looked like he was about to win. Nope. Damn AOP. And they drag Rey Mysterio to the stage to wreck him. Ultimately, to then try and put him onto the announce table. Samoa Joe, the submission, submission machine?
Samoa submission machine.
Thank you. See, I forgot what the nickname was. It's been a while since I've been in the ring.
Yeah.
He wasn't moving for a squat. He wasn't missing. He said, if I get up, both of y'all gonna go down. And Seth Rollins was telling them not to mess with him, but then quickly says, finish him. They then beat the living hell 2-on-1.
Out of Samoa Joe.
Yep. And they slam him onto the announce table. I guess that's our way of finding out that the hand injury he had is healed up, because now that he's been slammed in the ring, Samoa Joe is going to dethrone or de-leader. How do you take down a leader? What is the word? Dethrone is like a person on the throne or on the king. How do you say? There's got to be a contract, something like. What would that be called? You don't know either. Just take him off of the leader spot is going to be Samoa Joe. I'm looking forward to that. They're making Samoa Joe, by the looks of it, a babyface this time around. How do you feel about that?
I hope he does finally become a babyface. I'm looking forward to that.
And that would be the end of Monday Night Raw, ending on not one, but two bodies laid out by Seth Rollins and the AOP. So while I'm looking up the next part, we're being requested a timeout, so we'll be right back. And bam. And we're back. And I got the...
So he got the information for NXT for Christmas Day. But before we get into that, time to do a shout out to all the members of the Heaven's Monsters podcast. Starting with these three. Myself, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to our three YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below, as always. And a remaining shout out to Terrence, aka T-Money, Renee, Pharaoh, Chris Petrie, and Delvin.
So let's get started on December 25th, Christmas Day. Christmas night, technically, for NXT. For the wrestlers that did show up for that wrestling match. And it was pretty good. We would have people commentate on this little thing between for the show. We have, I forget all three of their names. Daggone it. But either which way, on the actual ring, we would have NXT North American Champion Roderick Strong issue a open challenge. I guess correctly, the title would not be on the line, but open challenge with the champ, usually you can blame John Cena for that. That's the truth. You can blame John Cena. He would go, the person who would take up the challenge is Austin Theory. That match was pretty damn long, bro.
Wow.
It was 20 minute long. I kept skipping and the match was still going. Like, it's still going for 25 minutes. That's with commercials, of course. So, it ended with Roderick Strong getting the win and not so much retaining his title. Like I said, the title was not on the line, but still. Roderick Strong got the win. And, what do you call it? Season's beatings. There you go. The crowd was saying that. Season's beating. Also, we have a promo for a new coming wrestler for NXT. A man who has multiple black belts in martial arts and says he's going to be one of the most destructive individuals coming to NXT. His name is Arturo Ruiz. I can't pronounce that right.
Arturo Ruiz.
Thank you. Next up, we have Swerve's house. Isaiah Swerve Scott go up against Gentleman Jack Gallagher, who has turned heel thanks to his many current losing streak and is not doing so good because Swerve actually sides him upside the head for his signature move to get the win, and Gentleman Jack Gallagher is just not feeling so gentle still. Well, that's it? Okay. I'll have this for you.
So this is the main event?
Nah.
Or, yeah. Candice LeRae versus Tanara Conti. If the changing of the guard at the top of the NXT women's division triggers a reshuffling of the rest of the deck, Candice LeRae has seemingly put herself into strong position. Tennis Cirrus C pick up a win.
Tiana? Nora.
Tenara.
Okay.
Pick up a win this week over Tanara Conti, landing a springboard
Corkscrew. Wait.
Quebrada on martial arts expert following a step-up senton. Yep,
that win would go to Candice LeRae. Next up, we have Dominic Dozovic versus the big boy of Australia, Strong Style, Branson Reed. Branson Reed would prove to be difficulty for Dominic, but thanks to a on the top rope slam that he got for the powerbomb, actually, I think it was. He ended up getting the win, beating Reed. Next up, we have Bianca Belair going up against Shotzi Blackheart. And Bianca Belair proving that she is the EST of NXT. Here's the main event, my brother.
Main event, Keith Lee and Lio Rush versus Damian Priest and Tony Nese. Like that rhyme. Santa Keith Lee and Lio Rush spread holiday cheer to all on this week's NXT, at least to all but their opponents. Lee and Rush joined forces.
Glory. Oh, bask in his glory. They were singing, he was wearing the Santa hat and everything.
Yep. Lee and Rush joined forces to defeat Damian Priest and Tony Nese in tag team action using creative teamwork to put their opponents away, dressed up in a Santa hat with a tray full of cookies.
It's Christmas cookies.
In Tao on his way to the ring, it was clear that the Limitless Superstar was in the Christmas spirit, though that didn't keep him from dishing out punishment. Lee laid out Nese with a jackhammer, but that was only a tune-up for the grand finale. Assassin Ascending to his partner's shoulders after tagging in, Rush delivered the final hour from a top lead to seal the victory.
Yep. Also, fun note, I clipped this because that is funny. How Lio Rush threw the dang gone Christmas cookie at Tony Nese because he's all abs. He eats only the healthiest stuff imaginable to keep him slim. So seeing all cookies is like, no, that'll get me bloated. He throws them at him. He's like, don't throw cookies at me. He's chasing him all over the ring to the commentator table, nearly knocks somebody out. And then here comes Keith Lee pole vaulting him, just shoving him over the damn commentator's table. And I swear, that sounded like Mikey for one moment. Oh, what the hell? What's going on? Poor guy. And that would end the night because, oh man, I don't know what the hell. I think Keith Lee is turning into one of those characters that just creeps up. It wouldn't say out of nowhere because it's in the corner. It's in the corner. He's literally crawling up the ring from the ramp. So he just crawls up, and the person in the corner is like, "Oh shit! What just came up behind me?" He gets choke slam, bam! To Damian Priest. I was like, damn, Keith Lee, you've become one of those characters who go. I think that's what he's doing. He's got that. What do you call that guy from Fist of the North Star?
Yeah.
Waiamomo Shinderu. Nani? That's what he's doing. That's becoming a thing. That's an old ass anime. Yet, even my mom tells me that my uncle is a big fan of that anime. That was back in their day, in 1990s or 70s. God damn. I don't know the exact year. If y'all know the exact year for the anime Fist of the North Star, look that up. Because that's how old the anime is. It's still 1970s? Thank you. So I told you my mom would know. It's still relevant. That's the word. Still relevant. Making a meme out of it. So now let's go ahead and look up. Give me a sec. 2019, December 27th, Friday Night Smackdown results. Let's see what pulls up. Yeah, that's not what I need. Hey, with this up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, as I just said, 27th of December is Friday Night Smackdown, 2 days after Christmas. That's nice. And the show starts with the supposedly triple threat match to determine Bray Wyatt, aka The Fiend's #1 contender for
the Universal Championship
at the Royal Rumble at Minute Maid Center in Houston, Texas. But while he's on stage, on his throne, he's just barking up why he's the better man because he's the king. Everyone else is lesser. Everyone else is a servant. And that the two guys in the ring, The Miz and Daniel Bryan, fail and are, well, in case the word, failures as fathers. I'm like, no, they're not. And that he's going to deal with them like he did Roman Reigns taking out the top dog. Here comes his music, and out of nowhere, from the audience, is Roman Reigns decking King Corbin. Going to the back saying that this match can't happen because of the fact that he just got assaulted. Well, the match would go on later on that night, being told the match would continue with just The Miz and Daniel Bryan. So next up, I'll let you handle this.
The New Day and Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke, as Mikey would call him, Nakamura, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. The All-Star squad of the New Day and Braun Strowman squared off against Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn in an absolutely loaded 6-man tag team match on Friday Night SmackDown. Nakamura, Cesaro, and Zayn attempting to neutralize not just the legal man on the opposing side, but also their partners at ringside, seeming to make a concerted effort to prevent Strowman from tagging in. However, once Kofi Kingston found an opening, he tagged the Monster Among Men, which led to instant bad news for Zayn and company.
Yeah, they get all train wrecked on the outside. Yep. Every last one of them. Sami Zayn is trying to run. He gets wrecked still.
Yep. Braun wrecked house running roughshod through Nakamura, Cesaro, and Zayn. Kofi intercepted Sami, who was attempting to introduce the New Day's pancake tray into the action. The move backfired as Kingston used it to strike Nakamura, and Strowman nailed the King of Strong Style with a massive running power slam to pin the Intercontinental Champion.
And what happened after that?
The celebration didn't stop there as Kingston and Big E urged Strowman to give the WWE Universe his best dance moves.
They're gonna get these hips. That's what the fans are saying. Get these hips. Get these hips. And that he was rocking it. Also, fun fact, on WWE Backstage, they were announcing by the fans' votes which WWE superstars would get these New Year 2019, I guess, alternative Slammies. That's little trophies they have. These Slammies are bigger. They don't got a guy carrying another guy with two hands over his head. They got big, muscular-looking freaking statues. In which case, Wrestling Moment of the Year goes to Kofi-Mania for Kofi Kingston. He was happy to receive it by the fans. It was Kofi-Mania. And they had a bunch of nominations, dude. They really did. Including one, Braun Strowman, going through the freaking Raw screen monitor with Bobby Lashley. And even Becky Lynch winning both titles at WrestleMania. So, to see Kofi Kingston win, where did the G come from? Is definitely a win for me. I was happy for him. Next up, greatest women's tag team of the year, being there's only 4 qualifications. The Kabuki Warriors of Asuka and Kairi Sane, my favorites, got the trophies for best women tag teams. And they were speaking in Japanese, whatever you want to say, in Japanese. And they were happy and honored to win those. And best tag team male competitors of the year came to the New Day. So not only did Kofi win once, he won twice because it's a 3-man tag team group. And Big E is trying to say, is this edible? Is this chocolate? Well, anything edible, but it's not exactly healthy to eat both. I'm going to try. So you know for a fact, since Kofi got his trophy, that trophy is going to go to Xavier Woods once he comes back from injury. I think it was knee injury.
Knee injury.
Yeah, buddy. I'm trying to think of any other trophies. I don't think anything else came to mind. I'll come back to it another day. But otherwise, this is a little bittersweet for you, my brother. Because 1, 2, 3, Mandy. I had the wrong arm. I'm right-handed, so I hold the phone on the right hand. I was supposed to do it like this. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. Mandy. Oh, yes, that's fine. I'll let you handle this one, bro.
My girl, Mandy Rose versus Carmella. After toppling Sonya Deville last week, Carmella looked to continue her hot streak against the other half of Fire and Desire by taking on Mandy Rose on this edition of Friday Night Smackdown.
After getting the carrot cake or some sort from Otis's mom, apology for getting her clothes all sweaty for receiving a hug after his match. Yep. There you go.
Mandy, who was not accomplished by Sonya after Mandy opted against being in Deville's corner against Carmella last week, looked up to keep Princess Mella on defense in the early goings. However, God's creator's creation was soon met with a stern slap and a kick straight to the dome, which kept Mandy down for 3 and gave Carmella her second straight clutch victory against Fire and Desire.
Another loss for Mandy.
I'm telling you, Mandy she can't even catch a break.
Nope. Especially when Otis later on is told by Dolph Ziggler that the cake, he's lying out of his mouth. That's mom's cooking cake right there. Don't mess with the mom's cooking. And especially when you got a guy who loves eating food.
Yep. And
steaks and weights. This guy's big, but damn, can he lift? He's one of those guys. He's like me. He's big, He's got muscle. He's bigger center of gravity, too. I can imagine Otis. Good God. His center of gravity must be massive. Anyway. Courtesy of Dolph Ziggler saying that everybody got the cake, it's not important. I mean, yes, it is. It was from his mom to her as an apology and a thank you and all that for being giving him that gift. He was a return gift. And he goes and says that it probably had hairs in it and stuff. Found a rat in it. And then he goes on his Jordans. I was like, no, not those shoes. And he stomps on the cake.
Oh my goodness.
And Otis comes back to find it, but we didn't see a retaliation to that throughout the night. I bet you we will. Next week, we will see Otis going against Dolph Ziggler for the revenge of the cake that his mom made. Oh, you do not do that to a son's cake that his mom cooked. You just don't. I speak from experience. My mom loves to cook. You do not waste food. Nope. Next up, we have King Corbin, who interferes in the match that I mentioned earlier between The Miz and Dolph Ziggler, because since he was taken out of the match, since he claimed he wasn't going to wrestle, what do you call these guys? The guys who pick him up on the throne? What the hell? His throne carriers jumped the match, and okay, my mom is showing me, what the fuck? Okay, I gotta show this. Mom, what the hell? Go back on that.
What?
Go back on that. No, hold up, don't. What the hell? McDonald's fries. Where's that? In Hong Kong? Or China? Or Asia? What the fuck? That's a lot of fries. Oh no, we cuss on my channel, Mom. I'm not getting paid by YouTube, so I can cuss. They have noodles at their McDonald's? Rolls? Oh no, I know the rules. It's got to be 18 or up. I'm clearly 18. I don't know why my videos are... Also, that's the first thing. I looked up the rules for YouTube. When you rate the videos or your channel, you got to put it under 18 or over 18. That's it. Mm-hmm. You can't say, okay, my videos are... Here goes the camera. Hold up. My videos are above, like, PG-13. There's cuss words and stuff, but they don't label that. It's only under 18 or over 18. So I'm like, I'm over 18 then. Good. And then. So, that's surprising us. My mom wanted to show me that, like, what the hell? So, thanks to the interference of King Corbin's lackeys, the match would be once again postponed. This time, Corbin is reintroduced into the match, making it once again a triple threat. This time for the main event. God, jeez, man. And when King Corbin said that, we would have the Miz and Daniel Bryan jumped him from the back, where usually Vince McMahon would sit, or Triple H, or whoever is usually sitting right there. He just gets jumped. Him and all his lackeys. We have another promo of Sheamus saying he's ready to break down the door of SmackDown. I want to see him jump. He's not wearing the mohawk no more. You can take this one.
Next match is a Divas Tag Team match between the Boston Hug Connection, Sasha Banks and Bayley.
No more hug. Just remind you, there's no more hugs.
Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke. Following an unreal moment of bliss. Lacey Evans was still fired up after Sasha Banks taunted Evans' daughter right in front of the sassy Southern Belle last week on Friday Night SmackDown. Lacey cut right to the chase during her appearance on the return of A Moment of Bliss with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, making it clear that she would not stand for Sasha's disrespect of her family and that she was going to march straight to the ring right now to prepare for her tag team match alongside Dana Brooke against Sasha and Bayley. Mm-hmm. However, Dana would not arrive in style as Sasha and Bayley dragged Brooke onto the ring, prompting Evans to bolt up the ramp to even the odds. Officials broke up the melee just long enough for the match to begin. After Banks evaded Evans' woman's right, which connected with Bayley, Sasha disposed of Lacey and locked the Banks statement onto Brooke for the submission victory.
Mm-hmm.
Evans was still steaming, but Banks got the literal last laugh on this night.
Damn.
I doubt this ain't over between Lacey Evans and Sasha Banks.
So now we have the official last match between Daniel Bryan, King Corbin, and The Miz to earn the right to challenge The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, for the Universal title at Royal Rumble in 2020. So we're going to kick off the year with the Royal Rumble, bro.
Yep.
Hell yeah. H-Town. Minute Maid Center. Cannot emphasize that enough. In which case, despite all the craziness, and I figured this was going to happen because King Corbin, when Dolph Ziggler stomped on poor Mandy Rose's cake that she got from Otis, he was crying out, I need to talk with you. I need to talk with you. Because, I'm about to say because twice. When it comes to triple threats, the rules, no disqualification, are applied. So King Corbin had an ace in Dolph Ziggler who would interfere in the match and not be disqualified because of the fact of the triple threat rules. That didn't help him because of the fact that Daniel Bryan and The Miz actually teamed up to take care of that issue and go up against each other. King Corbin, who jumps in later, actually gets the crossface and taps out to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, once again, is going to go against the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Coming soon to Houston, Texas. Next year. I'm sorry, Miz. I know, man, seriously, what would you do? How would you feel if somebody broke into your house and just started playing demon dolls with your daughter in a crib? Traumatizing you and the family. How would you react? I mean, he got wrecked at TLC after that. Yeah, they're partying. They're barbecuing outside. You smelt that?
Yeah, I smell it.
Yeah, that freaking dome they got keeps the smoke. So it spreads around in the neighborhood. In which case, The Miz doesn't get a second chance at it, and King Corbin doesn't get his first chance at the Universal title. Well, you think about it, he went up against Brock Lesnar. And no, I don't think he went up against Brock Lesnar. I'm thinking somebody else.
No.
That's right. So his chance at the Universal title belt is a miss thanks to the fact of his own damn issues. So how would you feel, bro? How would you feel?
I gotta feel bad for The Miz because, like I said in the last Heaven's Monsters podcast, this could be his worst nightmare.
Yeah, that's one of the things we had two things we messed up. We thought it would be a triple threat at the Royal Rumble, but whatever, if we were right or wrong, it would be held this night on the 27th. So we kind of messed that up. We both thought, because the way it was setting up on the show, it would be at Royal Rumble. Right. It said Royal Rumble. I was like, so it's going to be at the Royal Rumble. Nah, it's going to be on SmackDown. So, and damn, did they... The one interruption, two interruption, finally got it. They still had an interruption thanks to the triple threat rules. Son of a bitch. But Daniel Bryan prevailed. That was good. So, with the new clean-cut Daniel Bryan, how do you think he's going to win again? But then, is he going to fight The Fiend again? Or is he going to fight...
just the Mr. Rogers gimmick, Bray Wyatt?
Yeah. Miz fought him at TLC, so... which one are we going to get? They keep saying The Fiend, but we might not get The Fiend this time around.
Might not.
People are loving him. Oh, that was Superstar of the Year. There was a trophy. Bray Wyatt got a trophy by the fans, voted by the fans, for Wrestling Superstar of the Year. And Bray Wyatt's like, I would like to kindly accept this on behalf of the Fiend. And you hear whispering. I was like, what? Oh, this is mine? Oh, he was happy. He thought it was for the Fiend. It was like for Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
Oh, this is mine. Thank you to everyone from the Firefight Funhouse. He's speaking to everybody, to all his puppets and all that. So, damn. This year, I was thinking, who did the year belong to? I guess the Fiend. 2019 it was the year of the Fiend. Go figure. I was like, is it Kofi Mania? The Man Becky Lynch? The dog?
The big dog.
The big dog Roman Reigns? Nah, man. It's the Fiend. So with that said, you got anything else to mention, bro?
I already said my 2 cents.
There you go. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button, like the content, and hit the notification bell for the next Heaven Monsters podcast. I'm SergDragon. This is Xavier Hill.
Ballin'.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.